setting up these scenes and the movie and everything, 10 different episodes, kind of like the opening scene in Saving Private Ryan, which ironically my brother was in that with Tom Hanks for a few minutes, like he was in Band of Brothers for a few minutes. No, these scenes, if you kind of let go, they bring you in, and it's ridiculously dramatic and emotional and heart-wrenching, and you don't know how these men and women had the courage to do what they did in just such harsh, inhumane, absurd conditions where people are being killed all around you all the time, and just kind of they kept grinding and going on and on. And we're just looking at it from like a movie perspective or TV, and they lived it for real. So I don't know what we're getting in like some emotional sobbing state watching this. 1% of what they got? 1%? 0.5%? Not 1%? I have no idea. All I know is war is nothing anyone wants to be a part of. And for these people that were thrown into it to protect our freedom and the American way of life and where the world is today. I mean, think if World War II ends differently with Germany or Japan winning. Things are a whole lot different in the United States and Europe, all around the world. Instead, the United States and the Allies won. And that's just World War II. No, there's wars we lost, wars we won, wars we shouldn't have got into, wars we were dragged into. But the one constant is the men and women in the military that went out and fought these wars for us. So I can talk on the radio and on television. Mario Brothers, Latinx behind the controls can, I can joke and call him Mario Brothers Latinx for starters. And he can do, what he does is love of sports and radio and producing and doing on-air stuff and the whole bag. So no, that's what it's about. It's about you doing what you want in life, your job, your vocation, whatever you do. The freedom to do whatever you do. You just can't yell fire in a crowded theater and we'll take it on up from there. Anything else that's a crime or illegal. Anyway, Memorial Day holiday. Hope you're enjoying it. A lot of you could be beelining in from the Mississippi, Alabama, Florida Gulf Coast as we speak and pulling up to your crib and going, why is the electricity not on? Earlier today, it was like 100,000 plus without power from Baton Rouge down to New Orleans. In Orleans Parish alone, 50,000 plus without power. In Jefferson Parish, nearly 40,000 without power. St. Bernard and Plaquemine had about 12,000 without power. Couple of nuclear plants offline. Waterford 3, which is on the west bank of St. Charles Parish, and Riverbend up by St. Francisville. Yeah, major power outages in Metro New Orleans and beyond. Just not cool. I think Susie Rosgen from Channel 26 had something on social media. Greek Fest out by the lakefront yesterday had a power outage. Where the power goes down at Greek Fest. I mean, just ridiculous. Can't have that. Entergy. Can't have that. Can't have, it's summertime. People are going to be running air conditioning like crazy. You can't shut down Waterford 3 or Riverbend. It's crazy. Isn't that what they're there for? They're built for the population center. Isn't Waterford 3 for Metro New Orleans? Seriously. Isn't Riverbend for Metro Baton Rouge? Am I missing something? Jailbreak day 11. 5 still on the loose. This Van Buren character might be in Mississippi. some relatives of his were arrested for allegedly transporting him to Mississippi to another relative. 4 more arrested, 9 total arrested outside of the 5 that were rearrested. You had 10 inmates 11 days ago. 5 have been arrested, 5 still on the loose, but 9 from outside. Nothing to do with the jail. Several arrested at the jail. Crazy. October 11th, 140 days away. What's significant about October 11th? 140 days until the city of New Orleans votes on a new mayor. October 11th. This thing's about to heat up. It's about to start percolating. Marlon Gusman was right when Sheriff Susan Hudson, before she had to acknowledge, hey, this is on me, and was trying to push it on other folks and said, isn't it strange how this jailbreak happens during an election year? Marlon Gusman was right, where it's not an election year yet. I mean, it's an election year. It's not the election going on. She didn't say election year. During an election, she said. And the election's not going on right now. But it's about to start. It's about to start. Like I said, 140 days away. We're fading into summer. I would say in June, a little more commercials running. July, more commercials running. August, it's going to really start heating up. September, football season, it's going to just be Helena Moreno and Oliver Thomas commercials, one on top of another, unless somebody else, some wild card jumps in the race. We'll see. I'm still looking for some initiatives from these mayoral candidates that I think are ridiculously, vitally important for the city of New Orleans. Corey Johnson with you on a Monday afternoon, Memorial Day Monday.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Some people think paint is paint. Well, it ain't. Paint ain't paint. At Helm Paint, we only sell Benjamin Moore because it's the best paint on the planet. In the end, you'll save time, effort, and money because Benjamin Moore paints cover beautifully in less coats. So the next time you pick up a brush, remember, big box, big mistake. Because paint ain't paint. To get the best, you gotta go to Helm. Let us steer you right. Helm Paint.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now. Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End. Don't forget you can catch the Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson on television every weekday afternoon, 4 to 5:30 on Cox Channel 4 TV and Spectrum Channel 333 television.
Yeah, you right. Corey Johnson back at you on a Monday afternoon, Memorial Day Monday. Thanks so much for joining us. Yeah, I was just mentioning earlier today, HBO is running Band of Brothers all day. I'm sure it's on other stations, other networks right now. If HBO ended it at 4, someone probably is running it at 4 till midnight tonight. I guarantee you somewhere on your television dial. Band of Brothers is intense. I mean, you might watch all 12 episodes in a row. Or excuse me, all 10 episodes in a row. It's pretty realistic, pretty good. Great insight into what was going on during World War II. Mario, I've got those like ace in the holes for like the Florida beach trip or ski vacation or something. I haven't been skiing in a while, but I go to the beach down the block.
Yep.
Where you get reined in. Like, I know Breaking Bad's one of the best television programs of all time, probably top 5, top 10. I've watched the first episode only. I was like, holy smokes. And have not watched any of it at all.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to get into it and watch 6 straight hours and wake up the next day and watch 7 because it's raining or there's no snow on the mountain. There's something like stuck in an airport, you know, that kind of gimmick.
Yeah.
So I've got that kind of ace in the hole going. If you've never watched Band of Brothers, that's a pretty good 10-hour little, you know, gimmick. 10 episodes. Anyway, I like good television. There's some good shows on right now, just depending on what you like. I guess I'm into mob stuff. Godfather of Harlem, like I'd say 80+% of what they're throwing out there is true. 80+%. Godfather of Harlem is fantastic. It's on MGM. I don't even know what that was before, Flicks or something. I have no clue. Anyway, Forrest Whitaker is Bumpy Johnson, this black mobster from Harlem from the 60s, and he is just fantastic. It's so well written. All the actors, dozens of them, especially throughout the years, just fantastic. Malcolm X, just on and on and on. Just really, really, really well done. And they're now into season 4, like, I think 10 episodes. They might be 6 or 7 episodes into season 4. They're talking about a season 5. If you haven't watched that, don't start watching right now. Start watching it. Season 1, episode 1. Just really well done. The Italian mob, the Latino mob, black mob led by Bumpy Johnson in Harlem in the 60s. Just forget about the story, just how they show you New York so accurately. They don't go somewhere where there's a modern building. They go in a neighborhood where they can green screen out the modern stuff. They have a bunch of, bring in the old vehicles, bring in a bunch of people walking around in old, it's high production. It's ridiculously well done. Godfather of Harlem is really good. And Mobland, which is new, I forget what that's on, some streaming, but also on, cable or whatever too. Whoever CBS is owned by or CBS owns, I forget. Anyway, Mobland is London mob. Just really well done. With Pierce Brosnan and Tom Hardy. Just good stuff, man. Lots of good television out there. Well produced, incredible actors, well written. Nothing worse when they get rid of stuff like that. There was a great show a few years ago with it was called City on a Hill, about Boston police and the Boston mob. Another mob show. Kevin Bacon, I guess, was the lead guy. It's just incredible in it. And I don't think it had enough traction. That Lakers, did you watch any of the Lakers thing, Mario?
No, I heard it was good. But
it was ridiculously good. And season 1, Jerry West was out of control. They took him from, like, if he was on a 1 to 10 level, like, man, Jerry West, NBA player, great player, kind of neurotic about winning and took losing too hard. And on a 1 to 10, he was like a 6. Yeah, Hollywood made it a 9. They made it an 11. They took it over the top. But it was hysterical and it was great. It was just sort of Jerry West, based off of Jerry West a lot. But you knew it was exaggerated and embellished,
it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be. It was hysterical. It was great. They tamed him down for season 2 and it was still great. But then it ended with, the season ending and then a few BS scenes with the old paragraphs thrown up explaining everything, like essentially to me that yelled, hey, we had a season 3 coming and now we're not doing it. So we tell you how season 3 would have gone. Lakers go on to win so and so. The Boston Celtics, Jerry Buss and, your boy, the Celtics, continue to feud, whatever. It's just like, really?
Yeah, a lot of people were upset with how it ended.
No, because they canceled season 3, like right at the end. I mean, it had great actors, well written. It was funny. It's well done. No, sometimes that's what sucks. You put out quality stuff, and if it's not churning out the bucks, it's not getting the viewers, they 86 it quick. Some things suck. Some things universally suck. You threw it out there. You didn't know if it was going to be embraced. It wasn't, and it shouldn't have been. You 86 that crap. But stuff that John C. Reilly as Jerry Buss, the owner of the Lakers, he was fantastic. Fantastic. Who doesn't want to watch that likes movies and television and actors and well written? No, it was great. Yeah, go watch that. The Jerry West season 1 of the Lakers dynasty thing he is off the charts great. He steals the show. Should have won a whatever award you give for cable TV. Incredible. Corey Johnson with you on a Monday afternoon. My neighbor across the street took off some aluminum siding, had nice hard of pine weatherboards, like none of them needed to be replaced. Same thing happened at my house about 5 years ago. I bought this house. It had this, aluminum siding on it, but I knew the bones were good. Ripped off all the aluminum siding, great hard of pine weatherboards, beelined over to Helm Paint and Decorating on Earhart. Talked to Joey Helm. Paint ain't paint. I knew that then. I know it now. Super high quality Benjamin Moore, the best paint on the planet. Yeah, paint ain't paint. Do it once, do it right. They'll steer you in the right direction. Helm Paint and Decorating. I got a Lifetime Paint. Benjamin Moore. Regal Select. My house looks like I painted it a week ago. And it's like about 3 or 4 years now, maybe 5 years. Helm Paint and Decorating. When you got to paint in Metro New Orleans, when you got to paint in Metro Baton Rouge, Helm Paint and Decorating. Brett Martell will join us in the 5 o'clock power hour. Yeah, you're right. Got a lot to discuss with Brett. I was just talking with Mario during the break. Mario, it's ridiculous. The Southeastern Conference. I mean, NCAA basketball, wasn't it 14 teams?
Yeah, 14.
All but 2.
Mm-hmm.
LSU and South Carolina. There's 64 teams plus a couple of stragglers. What, 68?
Yes, I believe.
14? 14? That's ridiculous. That's like 25% of the field practically.
Yeah, that's wild. They're on an unreal run in multiple sports.
It's crazy. 14. Yeah, it's like better than 1 in 5.
Yeah.
SEC. All right. And then the SEC women's tournament. I mean, the NCAA women's tournament was loaded with SEC teams. SEC teams knocking off SEC teams. And then softball. Softball's ridiculous. They're like down to the Sweet 16 and it's Final 8 or whatever it is. And it's SEC teams knocking out SEC teams. There are 2 examples of that. I mean, it just sucks. There are 2 games with 4 SEC teams in them, and it's like a Sweet 16 or Elite 8. That's crazy.
Yeah,
just dominant. And then there are other SEC teams in softball still out there.
Mm-hmm.
And now the baseball was announced, and just insane, huh? What's the half the regionals or something like that?
Yeah, it's a big percentage of it.
50%?
More than that, I think. But yeah, 13 out of 16 teams is wild.
No, that are hosting a region.
Oh, that are hosting. Yeah.
I think it's 8.
Yeah, 8 of them.
8 of 16, right?
Yeah, I'm looking at them now.
And you're saying 13 of 13 of the 16 SEC teams are in it?
Yes.
Wow. That's crazy. That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
LSU, by the way, what, Mario, an 8? Oh, no, 6, right? 6?
Yes, 6 behind North Carolina, yes.
And there's no the LSU softball women got, sometimes UL Lafayette clocks them.
Mm-hmm.
Southeast Louisiana, the girls from Hammond knocked them out.
Yeah, baseball.
There's no gimmicks there's not Grambling or La Tech or UL Lafayette or any of that, or even like a Southern Miss or something. It's kind of a bunch of nobodies by name. I'm not trying to jinx it. I'm not jinxing anybody. And their records are sort of mediocre too. Who are the other 3 teams?
Let's see.
Like Rhode Island, Dallas Baptist.
Yeah, Rhode Island, Dallas Baptist, and I gotta find the other one.
The other one's like, DeVry Institute, Bowler Beauty College.
Yeah, Southeastern was one of the first 4 left out, I'm seeing, so they almost made it.
Anyway, so LSU should have an easy trip, and then they'd host a super regional, maybe against Clemson or somebody from that regional. But LSU baseball has, I don't want to say an easy path to Omaha, but the path you want. Coming right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamar Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We're doing all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port NOLA has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day, by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Outdoor dining, Middle Eastern cuisine, under the oak trees, Lebanon's Cafe, some of the city's finest lamb chops and shish kebab, Carrollton at Jeanette by the streetcar barn, Lebanon's Cafe.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live, we live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love. More. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters' 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now. Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Does Helm Paint have the best paint on the planet? Helm, yeah. We only sell Benjamin Moore, the world's finest paint. Because paint ain't paint. Let us steer you right. Helm Paint.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
It's Corey Johnson on the neutral ground.
Roll call.
Kenner, Metairie, Harahan, River Ridge, Algiers, Gretna, Harvey, Terrytown, West Wego. We got you covered.
Roll call. I don't even want to give any credit to these attorneys that do their advertising on television, but Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latinx, told me what one of these firms like catchphrases is on this song that you can't even understand. But I had a caller call and it's like, my kids are singing the song, you know. These guys like, they're laughing the way to the Mercedes dealership and getting their G-Wagon. How much? $195 for that? I'll write a check. Watch the video. Yeah, all kidding aside, I mean, you got to kind of laugh at this because I'm like laughing at Morris Bart, how egregious it is, you know. And he's Buddy Bart. Everybody likes him. It's like, yeah, because you don't watch the video of this. This should be like somebody who has money and influence should make this a TV commercial. Paid for by concerned citizens of lawyers that advertise and are abusing the system. It literally is this video of a NOPD or some law enforcement pulling over a vehicle for something. And none of that's in dispute. The policeman or trooper or sheriff or whatever is at the window of the vehicle, either getting insurance, writing a ticket, having a conversation with the person in the vehicle that they pulled over. No problems. We're looking at like dash cam video from the cop car. So it's the back of the truck And down the left side of the video, you see the cop talking to the passenger through the window. All of a sudden, the dash cam is like moving towards the truck. Like the trucks, the NOPD cruiser, or I shouldn't say NOPD, police cruiser, state trooper, whatever, Jefferson Parish, it starts creeping forward, like barely rolling, like an inch, just, just barely moving, inch a second, not any kind of like 1 mile an hour. And I guess the gap between bumpers is probably about, I mean, you can be the judge. It's on my Twitter at Corey Johnson. It's about maybe 4 or 5 feet. The cruiser taps the truck, this like F-150 or Silverado, big pickup truck. And, it taps the back of the truck. The cop's like, wow. And then he runs back to put the cruiser, hey, stay here. And, backs up the cruiser, and that's it. There's a lawsuit, and Morris Bart's handling it, and it's for $1.5 million. And I can't describe this any better than what I did. The cruiser was barely moving and just tapped the back bumper of the truck. And I'm telling you, the person in the truck maybe wouldn't have spilled coffee, a full cup of coffee if they were holding it. Maybe would not have spilled a whole cup of coffee if they're holding it. No way they broke even a fingernail, much less had any kind of back or neck injury that required a settlement of $1.5 million, which Morris Bart, this is routine. This kind of crap is routine. It was just caught on a dash camera. Morris Bart will pull $600,000 from the $1.5 million settlement. Morris Bart, for that one gimmick, that one BS, that one total outright lie, fabricated, made up claim off of a non-injury. You can see the video. It's a joke. It's a joke. It's pathetic. He'll pull $600,000. And the person in the truck that supposedly has just severe back and neck injuries going to walk with $900,000. Someone's got to pay for that crap. And it's us. A little bit of insurance money here, $1 there, every day, a few pennies here, a few dollars there. So those advertising attorneys can do their thing. I'm always talking about just the egregious advertising lures in like the common man. It's worse than that. Tim Temple, the insurance commissioner of this state, was on the program about a month ago. He said it not only does that, it implies that you need an attorney to settle a claim with an insurance company. And do I know someone that probably hired an attorney to settle a claim with an insurance company? I'm sure I do. I'd have to think about it. I think I had a buddy that got in a really severe accident, like would give back, all the money to not have disabilities with his body, pain and suffering to this day. The money's meaningless to him compared to his health. Wouldn't trade it out for a second. No, I think he hired an attorney. I've had insurance claims like everybody else. Auto insurance claim, hurricane, homeowner claims, all of that. Katrina flood claims. Never hired an attorney for a second. Not once. Not once. And had to haggle with the insurance company, especially over like automotive stuff. I'm like, that's not going to fix it. Call the shop. You can't fix the quarter panel. It needs to be replaced. You can't just bondo it. Call the shop. That kind of thing. But it all got worked out. Didn't have to call an attorney to take 40% of the money. No, these commercials, they try to lure you in. Hey, wink, wink. He got a check. Get a check. Blame someone for your screw up. Blame someone and let's go get some money. It encourages that. But worse, like Tim Temple said, it makes people assume they have to hire an attorney to deal with an insurance company. No, that's why I had this guy who ran the controls to my show. called him Johnny Utah because he was from Utah. The character from the surfing movie with Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze. Point Break, I think it was called. The surfing version of the Bar movie with Patrick Swayze. Kind of the surfing version of that one. Oh, boy. Anyway. Hey, 766-9480. Mario Brothers is giving me a look. This lax look, whatever that means, 766-9480. 766-9480 is the phone number. Corey Johnson with you on this Memorial Day holiday. Thanks so much for joining us. Paying respect, remembering those that gave the ultimate sacrifice. This Memorial Day holiday. No, enjoy it, but remember those that did exactly that so we can have a holiday, so we can have the 4th of July, so we can Christmas, Halloween, whatever we want. It's America. It's pretty wide open. Freedom. Today's the day you remember those folks. Our Humane May fundraisers going on till Saturday. It's done. We're done. And we're way behind. I don't know if it's the economy. People are, weary of spending money. I don't know what it is. But we're way behind trending right now. Like, we're way behind. Like, this thing ends Saturday and we're about $7,000 shy of the $10,000 goal. It's just been trickling in, like not much at all. HumaneLA.org is the website. They get money from us. They save animals with that money. That's it. It doesn't go into anything else. They're not wasting it. They're not doing something that doesn't need to be done. They're going out and saving dogs and cats and kittens and puppies and horses and goats, emaciated horses, 30, 40 dogs at a time, heartworms, all kind of other illness have to be, nursed back to health. Then the temperament needs to be calmed down from the crazy environment they came from. Then they get, fostered out and then adopted out. It's time consuming. It's costly. Vets, doctors, surgeries involved. No, it's a great thing. I mean, we get off easy. Seriously, we get off easy. I donated to my own fundraiser. And it's like, all right, yeah, good for you, Corey. Yeah, I'm doing the easy part. They're doing the heavy lifting. They got to go out to the double wide trailer in some rural parish and pull 42 dogs out of there and 10 that are dead inside and cats and all kind of crazy stuff, or 3 emaciated horses that have been tied to a tree for a month. Hoofs that have curved up because the horse has not been, literally hoofs of the horse that are curving up. It's crazy, the stuff they deal with. HumaneLA.org. I mean, I hate to say imagine what a human can do to an animal, and they've seen it, but that's pretty much it. HumaneLA.org. The suffering, cruelty to animals, these guys are taking chunks out of that, stopping that. All I'm doing is on Thursdays for about 3 to 5 minutes, I toss Jeff Dorson a bone. What you got going this week, Jeff? What do you need help with? And hopefully we get a few donations from that. And then every May for the entire month, we try to raise $10,000. I was like thinking this year, it's 2025. May have to up that to $12,000 or $15,000. We have to have a more ambitious goal because $10,000 just doesn't go as far as it went a few years ago. We all know that. Now we're having trouble just hitting the $10,000 goal, especially you pet owners out there that get it, that understand it. Please donate right now, HumaneLA.org. You business owners that love animals, and you could donate $1,000 right now from your business, and it would be a great donation, and it wouldn't affect your bottom line. You just keep rolling along. Please do that. HumaneLA.org. HumaneLA.org. Corey Johnson with you.
Some people think paint is paint. Well, it ain't. Paint ain't paint. At Helm Paint, we only sell Benjamin Moore because it's the best paint on the planet. In the end, you'll save time, effort, and money because Benjamin Moore paints cover beautifully in less coats. So the next time you pick up a brush, remember, big box, big mistake. Because paint ain't paint. To get the best, you gotta go to Helm. Let us steer you right. Helm Paint.
The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, it's open now. We fix cars and trucks. We do all makes and models. And it doesn't have to be a Ford or a Lincoln. It could be whatever you're driving. 32,000 square feet under roof, now open at 3101 Williams Boulevard. It's all about you, the customer, getting the most for your dollar. I would say the most perfect collision center anywhere. The Lamarck Automotive Collision Center, 3101 Williams Boulevard. Go check it out.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
When USA Today ranked the 10 best must-visit New Orleans restaurants for travelers, Mid-City's own Katie's made the list. USA Today says Scott Craig is chef-owner at Katie's, a much-loved Creole Italian eatery that draws armies of regulars for lunch, brunch, and dinner. A neighborhood spot where locals congregate and New Orleans-style hospitality rules. Indeed it does. Katie's in Mid-City.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port NOLA has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
As New Orleans as coffee in the morning and as New Orleans as coffee in the morning and raw oysters for lunch. It's Corey Johnson on the neutral ground.
You know, Mario, I don't drink coffee or eat raw oysters. What do you think of that as a New Orleanian?
Oh, wow. We have one of those things in common.
Wow, you're neither one of those?
I've never really liked raw oysters, man.
No, me neither. But I eat them in gumbo and stuff like that. Oyster dressing, things like that.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't eat raw oysters. And I don't drink coffee at all. Zero.
Yeah. You call me a princess. I love good charcoal oysters, but not the raw.
Boy, lots of rain in the forecast this week, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we could use it kind of dry Just look at your lawn if it's drying out. Boy, feast or famine around here lately, huh? Droughts or snow. It's crazy. It's global warming. By golly, it's climate change, which I 110% know is going on. And I live in South Louisiana, so I know man can influence the planet. Just look at all our coastal erosion. But yeah, I don't know why all this is going on right now. It could be that or all kind of different stuff. But boy, weather has been extreme lately. Weather's been extreme. Memorial Day holiday. A lot of you right now beelining back in from that 3-day weekend. I know this Monday, it feels like a Saturday or something. You know, a lot of you got out of Dodge last Thursday, Friday, went down to the Gulf Coast of Mississippi, Alabama, Panhandle of Florida. Now you're heading back in. Thanks for checking us out. I've got some $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates to give away. The way you dial us up, 766-9480 on this Memorial Day holiday. 766-9480. Mario Bro, a.k.a. Latin X, because we're politically correct on this program. We call him Latin X. Now, I don't think this is happening, but especially if Mario wanted to transition over from a man to a woman, we'd have to call him Latin X. Anyway, 766-9480 is the phone number. Mario is there. Hey, the number one tourist attraction in New Orleans. Number one tourist attraction in New Orleans. Give me the answer to that. 50 big bucks can be yours at the Woodhouse. 5 area locations. The number 2 tourist attraction in New Orleans. 766-9480. You got the answer to either one of those questions? I got 50 big bucks for you. Good at the Woodhouse Day Spa. 5 area locations, 2 on the South Shore, 2 on the North Shore, in Baton Rouge by the Mall of Louisiana. Number 1 tourist attraction in New Orleans. 766-9480. Number 2 tourist attraction in New Orleans. 766-9480. Yeah, rain on the forecast this week. I mean, a lot more rain chance than not, like through the weekend. We'll see. Who knows? I mean, you get a thunder shower where some area gets an inch of rain, in the other area it's sunny in Metro New Orleans. It's summertime. Talk about just, thunder showers where you have no idea where they're going. Isolated for sure. Isolated thunder showers by definition. Anyway, I don't have to worry about my gutters because Audubon Gutters put gutters on my house in October. And I don't have to worry about cleaning them because they've got the leaf guard system as well. Audubon Gutters, they've been at it nearly 35 years, New Orleans own. All they do are gutters. They happen to be the Gulf South's largest, most experienced gutter installation company for your home, for your business. AudubonGutters.com. AudubonGutters.com. Let's go to the phone lines. He had a hurricane named after him. Let's head to Metairie, Louisiana, a.k.a. New Orleans West, home of traffic, lots and lots of traffic. Camille, what's going on in Metairie?
Nothing too much.
SOS?
The number 1 travel destination in New Orleans.
Well, the number 1 attraction, the number 1 tourist attraction in New Orleans. Number 1.
Is it the St. Louis Cathedral?
St. Louis Cathedral is I like that guess. I think that's smart, rational, reasonable, logical. It's not correct, but I like it so much, and you're so damn warm that you almost got a flame under your butt. I'm going to give you a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate anyway, Camille.
I appreciate it.
Coupled with your name. What a great name.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah, I had a relative in New Iberia, Uncle Camille. Yep. And Camille Bowden, I think he's about as good a guitar player as there is, who plays for the Radiators. You ever heard that guy?
Yes, I did.
My God, can he play the guitar? Sure. Anyway, Camille, hang on, all right?
Thank you.
No, thank you, man. That's Camille in Metairie. Camille, if you can, go to humanela.org and donate $5 or $10. Save a cat, a dog, a kitten, a puppy. Camille's got 50 big bucks coming his way from the Woodhouse. He is correct, sort of. Not really. He gave the micro answer to that question. I was looking for the macro answer, if that makes any sense. Number one tourist attraction in New Orleans. And the number two tourist attraction in New Orleans. You got the answer to either one of those questions. I got 50 big bucks. A $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate for you. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. Yeah, I mentioned our Humane May fundraiser, trying to raise money for cats and dogs. Save animals. Got a week left. We're way behind. HumaneLA.org is the website. We're going to talk about this in the 5 o'clock powwow. Well, stick around. October 11th, 140 days away. 140 days until the city of New Orleans votes on a new mayor. This thing's about to heat up. 4-6 weeks away from this thing really heating up for, a nice 4-month run. October 11th, 140 days away. Election day. City hopefully going in a new positive direction. What's that, Blue Boy? You're only a basset hound, but you could do a better job than the existing mayor by just putting a couple of bowls of food out, and whichever one you go to, that's the direction the city would go to. You're right, buddy. You're right.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 5 p.m.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Young's Dry Cleaning has free pickup and delivery. That's right. Young's Dry Cleaning has absolutely free pickup and delivery. Home or office, East Bank or West Bank. Call Young's at 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com. My Sittu, that's Arabic for grandmother, used to make the best football kibbe. You can experience kibbe just like my grandmother used to make, and so many other Middle Eastern favorites on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes on magazine, as unique as you.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-AC.com, your cool spots.
Ford F-150, #1 seller in America. What about in the USA? Let's see, what about in the world? Who sells more trucks than Ford? Nobody. It's because the Lamar team is the real team. All that makes it happen is one goal. Everybody having a great experience at Lamar Ford. We became number one for a reason, because we're good. And we need to prove it every day, every deal, all the time.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters. And you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home. And right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now. Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
It's time to relax. The Woodhouse Day Spa, Metro New Orleans' premier day spa experience, now with 5 area locations. For a day of relaxation or maybe just a quick 1-hour getaway, the Metro area's premier day spa experience is at the Woodhouse Day Spa, and now 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and our newest location in Mandeville. The Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live. We live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love. More. When you do something, you have to do it right. It's all about more, and it's called more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Does Helm Paint have the best paint on the planet? Helm, yeah. We only sell Benjamin Moore, the world's finest paint. Because paint ain't paint. Let us steer you right. Helm Paint.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port NOLA has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day. By river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Oh, yeah. 5 o'clock powwow on a Monday afternoon, Memorial Day Monday. Felt like a holiday this morning. I was talking to some folks this morning. I'm like, it feels like a Saturday right now. I literally had to think about it for a second and go, no, it's Monday, not Saturday. But first, Drew Brees. Yes, thank you, sir. Number 9. A lot of folks, as we speak, coming in from the Florida Panhandle, the Alabama, Mississippi Gulf Coast, down at Grand Isle, coming in from the North Shore, wherever you may have gone, maybe coming in from the West, from Texas. Memorial Day holiday, you're in the rig, checking us out. Thank you for doing it. Thanks for joining us. Maybe you're checking us out on television. Just getting home, never left. Did your Memorial Day holiday here in New Orleans, in the metro area, in Baton Rouge, in Lafayette, North Shore, River Parish, as you're checking us out on TV, Cox Channel 4, all over Southeast Louisiana, Spectrum Channel 333, all over Southeast Louisiana. Yeah, from the North Shore to the River Parishes to Cajun Country, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, Lafayette Metro. Every day, 2 big hours on radio, 2 big hours on YouTube. The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson on YouTube. We're live on YouTube right now. Click to subscribe to our YouTube channel. It doesn't cost anything. The first 90 minutes of the 2 hours on TV all over the state. So lots of ways to check us out. Our website, CoreyTalks.com, has all the info. CoreyTalks.com. You can also go to MarioBrosLatinx.org, and it's got all kind of free stuff that Mario gives away. Free stuff.
That sounds like it could be a real website that's maybe not great. So maybe don't go to that.
You think?
Yeah.
You think there's a Mario Bros Latinx.org website?
These days, I wouldn't risk it, man.
Wow. Someone owns that name.
Possibly.
Hey, man, got $100. You can have your domain name back. Wow. It is a Memorial Day holiday, paying respect, remembering those that gave the ultimate sacrifice in our armed services, our armed forces, a lot of them in war that died for us, for our freedom, the way we live in this democracy in the United States, capitalism, all of it. This microphone, this camera, me being able to give my opinion. This is good. This is bad. Right or wrong, I get to give my opinion. That's what the United States is all about. Credibility, all that, it's all other thing. A lot of people can give their opinion. Is it one worth listening to? That's, a whole other story. Hey, I've got some $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates to give away on this Memorial Day. A little trivia action. As I mentioned, Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latinx, at the controls, fielding your phone calls right now at 766-9480. The number one tourist attraction in New Orleans. Camille and Metri, a.k.a. New Orleans West, home of traffic, lots and lots of traffic. Camille and Metri was pretty close. He was warm. He gave us kind of a micro answer when I was looking for the macro answer. Number one tourist attraction in New Orleans. How about the number two tourist attraction in New Orleans? 766-9480. 766-9480. Anyway, Camille's answer was St. Louis Cathedral, which I thought was a pretty good answer. So I tightened up Camille with a $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificate. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latinx, says I did it because I'm easy. Because I'm easy. I told him my days on the airline and the chef are over with, Mario. I'm not doing that anymore. Do you even get that joke, Mario Brothers, at 30 years old?
Come again?
My days on the chef or airline highway are over with?
No.
It's a prostitution joke.
Okay.
I'm easy. Lots of prostitutes out on airline and chef. Or there used to be. There used to be.
I got you.
My favorite haunt was the what was it? Tokyo Massage on the Chef Highway.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic place. Let's see. You heard Mario just now? I'm 100% joking. Never been to a prostitute, never been on chef. You heard Mario when I said to him, he goes, oh, yeah.
No, but you
enthusiastically, he jumped in like familiar with the place. Of course, the Tokyo Massage on the chef. What am I missing on it? Oh, yeah. What part am I missing?
The Patriots owner's favorite spot when it comes to New Orleans.
The what?
The Patriots owner's favorite spot.
The Patriots owners? Now you're trying to shift gears. Hey, I'm Mario. I have a love of sports. Now that I'm busted that I go to Tokyo Massage, I'm going to put it on Robert Kraft. Is that what you're doing right now?
Yes.
Wow. That's called displacement projection. You need to take your own demons and face them, Mario.
Whataboutism, like I'm sure comes up a lot in politics.
Yeah. Oh, boy. I'm getting a text from Mario during the show right now. So uncool. Crystal and Onyx are going to be very upset. Crystal and Onyx are going to be very upset.
With the Y.
Now, this is a true story. This is about as close as I get to prostitution. I was at LSU, so it's, a while back. The bars would shut down on Sunday, and we got dragged out one Sunday night to like the Gator bar where they have red beans and rice and stuff like right outside the parish. And then we went to like Southern Comfort, some just cheesy strip bar. And I mean, I was laughing more at the DJ guy. I'll never forget. Put your hands together for Onyx. Let's hear it for Onyx. Put your hands together for Onyx. I'm like, is someone passing around a tray of diamonds or jewels or something? Oh, the girl's name is Onyx. My bad. And I'm not kidding you. About 20 minutes later, let's hear it for Crystal. Let's hear it for Crystal. So that's the Onyx and Crystal references.
Did you clap?
Well, no, but I enjoyed the red beans and rice at the Gator bar, which probably doesn't exist anymore. That's just ridiculous. That's where you're just looking to be dumb. It's Sunday, dude. The bars are closed. I mean, we've got to have drinks. No, not really. We just got tomorrow night, Monday, which is ridiculous. We're going out on Monday night for sure. That's ridiculous. It's Monday, So we all jump in the car and go to the Gator Bar. I think it was like, where was it? Right out at Prairieville, right on Airline Highway, right into the next parish, Ascension, whatever is the next parish. Ridiculous. Anyway, please put your hands together for Onyx, and let's hear it for Crystal. Yes. And if we learned anything from all of this, Corey probably has lived a pretty tame life, and Mario Brothers loves Tokyo Massage on the Chef. All right, for some real business. I was going to wear my LBJ glasses today, Mario Brothers, but I walked out the door not putting them on by accident because I love these glasses I got from Art and Eyes on Magazine, but I got some with a slight tint, like a reddish orangey tint from Art and Eyes on Magazine. I love this. When I say this, I think it's a good line because it's so true. Name brands you've never heard of, and that's a good thing. Because when you go into Art and Eyes, you'll see all this fantastic eyewear, thousands of pairs of frames, and right when you touch, feel, see, open the arms on the glasses, put them on your face, you can be like super high quality, as good as it gets anywhere. No, just unique name brands that are the best in the world, from Europe, from Japan, from the United States. There's a name brand I like. They're based out of Los Angeles. I think it's a French designer. They're made in Japan. It's called Jacques-Marie Mage. And I'll wear the tinted ones tomorrow. And in the frame of the glasses, it says like number 311 of 400. Like they made 400 pairs of these glasses, and that's it. Yeah, eyewear that's as unique as you. Art and Eyes on Magazine. Google them. If you wear prescription eyewear or you need a great pair of sunglasses before you spend hundreds of dollars on something that's not that good, go to Art and Eyes on Magazine. Google them, Art and Eyes on Magazine. Memorial Day Monday, Corey Johnson with you. Yeah, October 11th. 140 days until the city of New Orleans votes on a new mayor. In about 2 or 3 weeks, it's going to heat up for like the next 3.5, 4 months. And by the time we get into late summer, August, and especially September, when football season starts rolling along, you're going to be watching Tulane, the Tigers, the Saints, and it's going to be a barrage of Cantrell, my God. Wreck the car. Sorry. Both hands on the wheel, steady. Gets sued for someone wrecking by slipping up and saying that. She can run for a third term. No, it's going to just be a barrage of Oliver Thomas and Helena Moreno spots on all our football broadcasts come September.
Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-KC.com, your cool spots. Total maintenance keeps you cool. TM-KC.com, your cool spots.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Francesca Deli and Pizzeria has over 15 specialty sandwiches, a big 10-ounce burger, and some of the best pizza in New Orleans. Francesca Deli and Pizzeria on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview between Canal Boulevard and West End.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port NOLA has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day. By river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here. delivering Louisiana's future. At the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com. Young's Dry Cleaning with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Some people think paint is paint. Well, it ain't. Paint ain't paint. At Helm Paint, we only sell Benjamin Moore because it's the best paint on the planet. In the end, you'll save time, effort, and money because Benjamin Moore paints cover beautifully in less coats. So the next time you pick up a brush, remember, big box, big mistake. Because paint ain't paint. To get the best, you gotta go to Helm. Let us steer you right. Helm Paint.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood, business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, INSagency.com.
The Woodhouse Day Spa with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamarck Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
Greater New Orleans, a destination for learning. With 13 colleges and universities and a booming job market, Greater New Orleans is the ultimate destination for your higher education. Your path to the future begins in Greater New Orleans. Find out more at studynola.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City. As New Orleans as coffee in the morning and as New Orleans as coffee in the morning and raw oysters for lunch. It's Corey Johnson on the Neutral Ground.
Every day, this program on radio, television, and YouTube brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex. Seriously, if you're anywhere within 100 miles of Lamarck Ford, the big store in Kenner, and you were thinking of getting an F-150 or an Explorer, why would you go to any other Ford dealership? Have you seen the black label Lincoln SUVs at Lamarck Lincoln in Kenner, brah? Right next door to the big store. I-10 at Williams, the car corner, right on the corner, right on the price. And if you need a commercial SUV, van, or truck, Ronnie Lamarck from Araby Park and Ronnie Jr. got you covered out in Elmwood, Jefferson Highway, Lamarck Crescent City Ford for over 80 years. Every day, this program brought to you by the Lamarck Automotive Complex and Lamarck Crescent City Ford. Memorial Day, Monday. Yeah, you right. 766-9480 is how you dial us up. I've got some $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates, a little trivia action. I think it's pretty easy questions. One sort of applicable to today. The number one tourist attraction in the city of New Orleans, 766-9480. How about the number 2 tourist attraction in New Orleans? 766-9480 is how you dial us up. 766-9480. Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latin X, fielding your phone calls. 766-9480. Memorial Day holiday. Now I was talking to my buddies, like, dude, you're throwing down coals, you're grilling. It's arbitrary. I've always got a backdoor plan when it's time to grill. Now, if I got plans for grilling like a day or two in advance, it's a different story. But kind of spontaneous grilling, I go to the grocery and I see if there's something I like. Frank Brightson says it best when he's getting seafood for his restaurant. Freshest available, best available. The purveyor dictates what he's going to be serving. Not him going, I got to find speckled trout. Well, speckled trout are a few days old. We just got these fresh flounder in an hour ago. When are you going to get the flounder? So the what the purveyor has dictates. Now, it was easier for me. I would just go, I'm going to go get a steak. So I could go to the grocery and it could be a fillet, rarely a fillet, but it would probably be a New York strip or a ribeye, or maybe one of those, kind of Argentine steaks that they like so much down there, like flank or skirt or hanger steak. And then I'd get a fillet every now and then. And then on Thursdays on the program, we get Bradley Schneller on from Stacked Coaching. He talks not only fitness, but nutrition. The filet is just a lot leaner. There's a lot less fat in a filet than a strip and a whole lot less than a ribeye. So I'm still getting all the protein, but a lot less fat. And I don't know if you've ever eaten like a T-bone or a porterhouse. You start with the filet first, because if you start with the New York strip side first, the filet, although tender, is flavorless compared to the New York strip. So you want to eat the filet first. Oh, wow, tender and wonderful. And you don't know any better. And then you eat the New York strip. You're like, oh, my God, so juicy and flavorful. Anyway, so now it's funneled down. I'm going to the grocery to see if they've got some good fillets. And one grocery I've been going to, they've been getting just the butt end of the filet. And it's a big, wider chunk, like they literally sell just the butt end of the filet. And it's just not nearly as good. Call me snobby or whatever you want. I tell the guy, I'm like, pretty much cut the thing right down the middle. Not 50% of the weight on one side, 50% of the weight on the other, the length of it. Cut it down the middle. The fat side, push that away. The butt side, don't want any of that. From that center, go towards the tail and cut me a few steaks. Now, I literally want like the center cut, and I want them towards the tail more so than towards the butt end. It's called Snobby Food Dining with Corey Johnson. Thanks for joining us. Wow. Anyway, so it funnels down. I always have a backup plan because I'll get in there and it'll be all butt end fillets or fillets that just don't look so good. And I end up going to the B plan, picking up food from somewhere else. Mario Brothers, I read an interesting article. It's interesting in a way. Just shows you how life is. There's like the kind of middle class, lower middle class type person, I guess. And I'm not dogging anyone. No one's better than the rich person's not better than the lower middle class person. I'm strictly talking economics. How much money if a person makes, how much money they have for their family. The Walmart shoppers that go get meat at Walmart or, the Sam's Club, whatever, they don't want marbling. They don't want any marbling. They want red meat. They don't want fat laced throughout the meat. They want steaks that are red. And the more affluent, the more money people have, those people want marbled meat. And the marbling is flavor. And you're sacrificing, I guess, some weight of the meat, but you're getting a much more tender, more flavorful steak. Even though Mario Brothers, I'm not in the rich category, I tend to gravitate towards those people when I'm grabbing a steak. Great thing about a steak is you just eat it every now and then whenever you can afford it. But boy, that time you have it, you're the king of the hill, when you got that big slab coming off the grill.
That's so funny you say that.
You know what I mean?
I had a gift card to a steak place I'd normally never go to this weekend, but I went and got a steak and it was amazing.
It was good?
Like a $90 steak that I'd normally never, ever get. But it was just what you described. It was so good.
No, I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's just, but it's insane though that it's $90.
Yeah.
I go to some restaurants and they'll have a special. I'm not even going to name the restaurant because it's so obnoxious. They'll this like Wagyu ribeye up on the chalkboard and it'll be like $92. I'm like, my God, and it's a la carte. I mean, there ain't nothing coming with that steak. Did yours come with anything?
No. I had to order shells and cheese on the side.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Wow. Anyway, so your steak was what, $90?
$90.
What was it?
It was medium rare. It was a
was a ribeye strip?
Yeah, it was a bone-eye ribeye. Yeah,
a bone-in ribeye.
Bone-in ribeye, 18 ounces. Yeah.
Yeah, with the bone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. That big like paddle steak.
Yes,
you can beat people with that thing.
It is so good. And I normally wouldn't get it medium rare either, but he recommended it. I was like, all right, it's good. I'll get it medium rare.
Yeah,
it was good.
Now it's funny. The purists, they're going to want it medium rare, if not rare. And on that ribeye in particular, the purists like the spinalis, that outer cap on the ribeye. I like that little round chunk in the middle myself. That little round chunk in the middle of the ribeye is sort of it's like a New York strip on steroids. It's like a kind of a more marbled, fattier New York strip. But the purists, they like that little cap around the ribeye, that spinalis, and like some high-end steakhouses will serve just the spinalis. Now, it's ironic, and maybe she wore the pants in the family when it came to steak eating, but my former wife, she loved the spinalis, Greek girl. And I was like, I like the inside. So I just get this big old fat ribeye, and we'd cook that bad boy, and I'd cut the spinalis off, and she was in heaven, and I'd eat that inside. I was very happy. And my mom's more like me, so I can't like shovel off the spinalis to my mom. She gets the inside, and I end up eating the spinalis when I do some grilling and get a big steak and bring my mom over some of it. My mom will nurse what you or I would eat like as half a meal. That'll be like 3 meals for her. It's crazy. Anyway, awesome, man. You had a good slab. That's always good. It's funny, though. You're right. You get the gift card. You might do something you normally wouldn't do. Hey, television audience, in 10 seconds, it'll be straight down 5:30, which means adios until mañana at 4 o'clock. Or you can go to YouTube right now and keep watching till 6 o'clock on YouTube, The Neutral Ground with me. We seamlessly continue on radio. Oh, so fine. 93.9. And on YouTube, The Neutral Ground with Corey Johnson on YouTube till 6 o'clock. A Monday afternoon, Memorial Day holiday edition of the program. Paying respects, remembering those that paid the ultimate sacrifice on Memorial Day. Got a couple of $50 Woodhouse Day Spa gift certificates to give away. Number one tourist attraction in New Orleans, 766-9480. Number one tourist attraction in New Orleans, 766-9480. How about the number two tourist attraction in New Orleans? 766-9480. October 11th, 140 days away. 140 days until we vote for a new mayor. Thank God. It's going to heat up big time in like the next month. For about 3 months straight. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be out of control. Now, the basic stuff, hey, new mayor for New Orleans, what do we want? We want someone that's going to bring us jobs. We want someone that's going to continue to keep the crime rate down. We want someone that's going to fix infrastructure. We want someone that's going to put effort into public education. Those are all pretty obvious things. I think they're all needed. They're not to be overlooked. There's no doubt. I mean, infrastructure woes, public education woes, making sure crime stays down, getting young people to move here, economic opportunity. Those are the big four. There's no doubt. But there's more than four, and there's got to be some things that differentiate one candidate from another that are pouncing on more than the big four and things that are equal to the big four. We'll talk about that and more when we return next.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralox, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralox technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralox is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
There's a Middle Eastern restaurant that's less than 5 minutes from where Causeway and River Road meet, Lebanon's Cafe. Convenient to Old Metairie and Old Jefferson. Carrollton at Jeanette on the streetcar line, Lebanon's Cafe. The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port NOLA has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day. By river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com. Dave Miette Insurance Agency. Auto, home, flood business. 504-556-0809. Dave Miette, insagency.com.
Does Helm Paint have the best paint on the planet? Helm, yeah. We only sell Benjamin Moore, the world's finest paint. Because paint ain't paint. Let us steer you right. Helm Paint.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations, New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa, woodhousespas.com.
In New Orleans, we don't eat to live, we live to eat.
More is better.
Scott Craig of Katie's.
That is our slogan. More is better at Katie's. It means more of everything. Not just more food, more smiles, more friendship, more love, more. When you do something, you have to do it right. You know, it's all about more, and it's all more of the good things.
Get more at Katie's Restaurant in Mid-City.
Ladies and gentlemen, in this Lamar Automotive Complex is something called Quick Lane. Tires, wheel alignments, struts, servicing your transmission. We do in all makes and models. It doesn't have to have been purchased from us. It's for you. It handles your lifestyle with your budget in mind. And we want to get you in and out as quick as possible. Quick Lane, you got to come see it. You're going to love the experience right there at Williams Boulevard in Kenner.
The official afternoon talk show of the city of New Orleans. It's Corey Johnson on the neutral ground.
You can say anything you please about me, but don't say anything bad about Blue Boy.
Down, Blue Boy. Good buddy.
You heard Blue Boy just now? He said humanela.org. That quick little bark, humanela.org. That's the website. We are woefully behind reaching our $10,000 goal. I've never been, I don't want to say skeptical or cynical or I've never a week out thought we wouldn't hit the goal. I've been nervous. I've been like, boy, we're going to be, short or something like that. And we've come up short before, like $8,600. I think one year during the pandemic, $8,300, something like that. But the last 2 years, we've raised over $12,000, going over, exceeding our $10,000 goal by more than 20%, like 25%. Pretty fired up about that. I am worried. I'm nervous that we're not going to hit the goal by Saturday. This show, and it's a holiday, so 4 more shows tomorrow through Friday, and that's it. And we've got to raise like almost $2,000 every day. I just don't know how we're going to do it. Just seems like a different environment, different time right now. People are a little uncertain, don't want to part with any money that's unnecessary. This is necessary because we dropped the ball as a state, taking care of cats and dogs and kittens and puppies. Just broke up some dog fighting ring in Louisiana, the state police. It's obnoxious. Jeff and his crew do the work that we don't. HumaneLA.org. Go to the website. Let's save some animals, some cats and dogs, some kittens and puppies. HumaneLA.org is the website. Donate $5. HumaneLA.org. Yeah, very nervous about hitting that goal. No, I mentioned the mayor's race. And yeah, education, educating kids, the next generation, moving the needle forward. There's no downside to making New Orleans public education great. There's a major downside for it being mediocre to not so good. I mean, from 20 years ago, it went from 0 to 60. The charter schools, the new buildings, $2 billion worth of new school buildings, actual teachers teaching students. I mean, the old system was a joke. One of the worst in America. Teachers and administrators getting paid that were dead. Janitors making $70,000, just crazy stuff. One of the worst school systems in America. It's no longer one of the worst school systems in America, but it's not a great one either. And that should be a goal, and that should be everybody's goal, and I think it is. Oliver, Thomas, Elena Moreno, public education is going to be part of their platform. Infrastructure, all the streets that need to be repaired, bridges, all kind of infrastructure problems in Orleans Parish proper, major, obvious platform item. Keeping crime down, especially violent crime down, getting control of crime like we have right now in Orleans Parish, of vital importance. And bringing in jobs, bringing young kids graduating from college, moving here, meeting someone their same age that moved here, getting married, neither one's from here, making New Orleans home. We have none of that. That dynamic growth you see in Dallas, Atlanta, Houston, our entire lives, the last 50, 60 years. This dynamic growth we're seeing in Austin, Texas, Nashville for like the last 25. No, it's mind-blowing. It's mind-boggling. Throw in a bunch of other cities like Phoenix and Denver and Seattle and Portland. And we're just spinning our wheels down here. Charlotte. No, so getting jobs here, getting young people moving here is key. Those are all obvious. Those are all top of mind. I'm going to throw out a few that are a little different, that I think are of vital importance, and I think difference makers for the city. One is, and it's almost dismissed as impossible to do, which is pathetic because we created this so we can eliminate it. It's up to us. And it's about clean city. New Orleans is probably one of the filthiest, if not the single filthiest city in the United States of America, with trash and litter, illegal dumping, weeds, crap everywhere. It's ridiculous. No, it needs to be a platform point. First agenda type platform point like the previous 4 I mentioned. As big as those, as big as crime and education and infrastructure and economy. Clean city. It's long overdue. It's been filthy my entire life. Not only in New Orleans, I mean, if you go to Wagoner and Ball, I think it's WBTH It's Wagner and Ball Architects and Engineers. In 2013, they came up with the Greater New Orleans Urban Water Plan. And if you look at it, it is unbelievable. It's just beautiful. It creates areas, retention ponds, water features that actively help drain our city, keep water out of streets, neighborhoods, businesses, cars, homes. And it attracts people to them for jogging, walking, just hanging out on a bench, fishing in the city, like in a little pond. So retention ponds in the metro area, water features in the metro area. We always have a heavy rain. New Orleans, the Sewage and Water Board, folks in the metro, look at the Sewage and Water Board. What about when we have a heavy rain and it floods in Jefferson Parish or St. Bernard? No, we need retention ponds, water features throughout the city. We should be digging all the time. I said a little motto a year ago or more. We be digging. It should be New Orleans motto. We be digging. We be digging big holes, retention ponds and water features, and we be digging small holes, planting trees 24/7, 365. We have an 18% tree canopy in New Orleans. Memphis has nearly 40%. Atlanta, Georgia has nearly 50%. We have 18%. We should be the lushest, greenest city in America. We're in a marsh. We're in a wetland. We're in the northern tip of the subtropic zone. It should be lush and green like nowhere else, and it's not. And by the way, besides the shade factor and all of that, trees absorb enormous amounts of water. Like a big cypress tree can absorb like 1,000 gallons of water. One tree, 1,000 gallons. So no, clean the city, for crying out loud. And yeah, retention ponds, water features, planting trees, we be digging. That'd be one of my platform items. Hey, it is Monday afternoon. It's a little after 4:30, 4:40. Another Martell Monday. Brett Martell joins us from the Associated Press. What up, Brett?
Hey, Corey. And you know what trees absorb in addition to water, right?
What's that?
Carbon dioxide.
Oh, yeah. We need that too. Yep.
They absorb carbon dioxide and they return oxygen. So trees would be good for New Orleans in a lot of ways. They would absorb water and CO2. They would provide shade and lower the surface temperature and provide oxygen and improve the air quality.
Brett, you went to Boston University. I went to LSU. I just think they're neat to look at.
Well, anyway, it's funny the way you explain it. You make it sound as if there's a bunch of morons running this town.
No, I know. It's when you're 17-0 and Super Bowl champs, no one wants to hear the criticism, Brett.
Yeah.
And this city is 17-0 and they're the Super Bowl champions. Just ignore those 5 at-large escapees running around the metro.
Yeah.
All right, Brett. Man, I was talking to Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latinx at the controls earlier. He's a sports freak. Man, the SEC in the NCAA men's basketball tournament, it's like 14 teams out of 16 in the league, just most ever. The women, same thing, just a ridiculous number of women teams in the SEC basketball tournament. Softball tournament. I saw not one, but 2 regionals where SEC teams are playing SEC teams, knocking them out in elimination rounds, and other SEC teams still alive. So I'm like, my God, women's hoops, men's hoops, women's softball or just softball. We know SEC football is dominant, like the NFL junior. And now these regionals are released and the NCAA tournament teams are released. And what, Brett? It's like 14-16 or something like that, 13-16. And half the 16 regionals, I think 8 of the 16 are SEC teams. The Southeastern Conference just flat out is dominating the world of sports right now.
Right. I mean, not necessarily winning, supplying the national champion in every sport, but supplying the bulk of contenders, if you will. I mean, they're not winning every title, but when you look at playoff fields, the SEC is filling up brackets. So, the FCC says it just means more, but that could be a euphemism for we just have more money.
Well, I guess. LSU was kind of behind the eight ball a little bit on NIL, especially like in men's hoops and, arguably even football.
Obviously, their baseball tradition was pretty well embedded. And so, I think they could have, I don't know how ahead of the curve baseball might have been in NIL, but they could afford, just because the program is so good and how many major leaguers they've produced, they could maybe afford to be slightly slow picking it up in that area.
Yep.
And, football for a year, I guess, or two could afford it as well. But
not now. No way. Football's up their NIL game. Brett, I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to come right back. When we come back, talk about the LSU regional, the opponents they got to play, and seems like sort of a nice path to Omaha potentially. Coming right back with Brett Martell.
The Port of New Orleans is the gateway to global commerce, the economic engine that moves Louisiana and our country forward. For more than 125 years, Port NOLA has continued to deliver the goods we use each and every day by river, rail, and by road. No matter what, it all happens right here, delivering Louisiana's future at the Port of New Orleans, your working river. Learn more about your Port of New Orleans. Visit portnola.com.
For game-changing innovation, look to the Latrim family of companies located in Harahan. Intralocks, a Latrim company, changed the game when they invented modular plastic conveyor belts over 40 years ago. These belts and innovative Intralocks technology are transforming movement in manufacturing facilities around the world. Intralocks is a dynamic global company now hiring in production, warehousing, shipping, and more. If you want to be part of our successful team, visit Latrim.com. That's LAITRAM.com.
Scott Craig of Katie's Restaurant.
All of my ingredients are fresh. Nothing comes out of a can here. Nothing. All of our seafood is Louisiana. All of our vegetables are Louisiana vegetables. It's a neighborhood restaurant.
Katie's in Mid-City.
Some people think paint is paint. Well, it ain't. Paint ain't paint. At Helm Paint, we only sell Benjamin Moore because it's the best paint on the planet. In the end, you'll save time, effort, and money because Benjamin Moore paints cover beautifully in less coats. So the next time you pick up a brush, remember, big box, big mistake. Because paint ain't paint. To get the best, you gotta go to Helm. Let us steer you right. Helm Paint.
The Woodhouse Day Spa, with 5 area locations: New Orleans, Metairie, Slidell, Baton Rouge, and now Mandeville. A day of relaxation is just moments away at the Woodhouse Day Spa. WoodhouseSpas.com.
Tired of cleaning your gutters? Improve the value and look of your home with Leaf Guard gutters, and you'll never have to clean your gutters again, ever. I guarantee it. Let Audubon Gutters install Leaf Guard gutters today. You'll improve the look and value of your home, and right now is the perfect time during Audubon Gutters 99-cent installation sale. Call 469-6494 now. Get out of that gutter and get on the phone. At Audubon Gutters.
Here at the NOLA Coalition, we love our kids and we love our city. The people of New Orleans are standing together for a better future. By harnessing our collective resources, the NOLA Coalition will create a safer, more prosperous city for all residents. Your support is needed to help reduce violence, invest in our children, and drive generational change. Join now at nolacoalition.info.
Why wear the same old glasses that everyone else is wearing? Stand out from the crowd. Come to Art and Eyes. Art and Eyes is not your typical eyeglasses store. It's one of the finest eyewear shops in the country, right here in New Orleans, with precision-engineered prescription lenses and gorgeous high-quality frames from the heart of Europe, Japan, and the United States. Our products are thoughtfully curated, and our staff are here to help you find exactly the right frames. Art and Eyes are magazine, as unique as you.
Young's Dry Cleaning, with 2 walk-up locations with personal service. Young's on Claiborne and Young's on Harrison Avenue in Lakeview. Young's Dry Cleaning. Call 288-8381 or online at youngsdrycleaning.com.
Trey Yen in Mandeville, a New Orleans tradition for over 40 years, serving the finest Louisiana-inspired Chinese cuisine. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Trey Yen.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson, where the grass hasn't been cut in weeks or months. There's a lot of trash and garbage on the neutral ground, maybe even a person or two taking a nap. And someone didn't pick up the dog
Oh, boy. Monday afternoon, Memorial Day, Monday afternoon. Paying respect, remembering those that gave the ultimate sacrifice on this Memorial Day. Corey Johnson with you. So is Brett Martell. It's another Martell Monday. Brett Martell joins us from the Associated Press. Brett, I can't jinx anybody, okay? That I don't believe in all that, so I can say anything I feel like saying, and I'm not trying to jinx anyone. LSU baseball got kind of a dream situation. They're a 6th seed, overall seed. They're hosting a regional. Since they're top 8, they'll host a super if they win. Their 3 opponents, look, it's college baseball. Coastal Carolina can win it all. But their 3 opponents are sort of minor programs in even college baseball world and have a lot of losses. Like, it's not like they're 52-7 and you got to worry about that outlier. It seems like they've got kind of a cakewalk at their regional. And then the Clemson regional looks pretty tough. I mean, they've got some real teams in that one. They'll take on one of those teams at Alec Box in a best of 3, most likely. Again, I'm all the LSU fans are probably bummed out. I'm like jinxing things right now, but that's the way it looks on paper, right?
Yeah. Well, first of all, you saying that out of all the 9 billion people in the world, you don't think that you alone, when you verbalize an inner thought about something, can control the destiny of things you have nothing to do with?
Well, there's the gambling gods, Brett. If you had money wagered on it, they would of course pull the trigger against what I was saying. And then there's just the general fan god, and he would of course pull the trigger. So yes, 8 billion plus people on the planet. I believe I can jinx things.
So what you're saying, I mean, it's a great path for LSU. I mean, they tend to dominate these at home. I mean, there's always upsets, but yeah, you're looking at, there's no major programs in their region. And now they could face a big time program in Clemson.
Yep.
In the next round, but I mean, they can hold their own with anybody in the ACC.
No, and who are the 3 teams that are in the regional? It's like Rhode Island, Dallas Baptist, and Little Rock or something.
Yeah, no major conference teams in their region.
And all of these teams have double-digit losses, like I think 20-plus losses each, if I'm not mistaken, or close to it. So it's not, like I said, it's not a 55-7 team in there. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, I think if you're one of the top-seeded teams overall, you tend to get lower-seeded teams traveling to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're a 6, though, not like a 2 or something, you know.
Well, but 6 is still pretty high out of, what is it, 64?
Yep. Dallas Baptist is the 2 seed in the Baton Rouge Regional. Rhode Island is 3 and Little Rock is 4. So what, LSU will play Little Rock to start?
I believe so, yeah.
The 4 seed.
I got to look at the schedule, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
LSU's got a couple of really good pitchers. Their starter and their number 2. I mean, pretty much as good as it gets, huh, Brett?
Yeah, I mean, they've been solid all year long, and I mean, I haven't followed them that closely, but because we don't really cover regular season college baseball, so I'm following them casually. But yeah, they've been solid. Been solid through and through.
The Baton Rouge Regional Game 1, LSU versus 4 seed Little Rock. That's at 2:00 on Friday afternoon. It'll be on the SEC network. And then the Game 1 winner plays the Game 2 winner That would be Saturday afternoon or early evening, most likely. So LSU probably play or does play Friday at 2, and then we'll probably play Saturday at like 5:30 or 6:30 against the game 2 winner between Dallas Baptist and Rhode Island. It could all be over by Sunday. If necessary, they'll go into Monday. It would be great if LSU doesn't have to use up the arms and it'll get out of it by Sunday. And then, Clemson or someone out of that regional will come to Alec Box. Brett Martell's with us from the Associated Press. What else is going on in the world of sports, Brett, since we last spoke?
Well, I've been mostly focused on the Saints off-season training program at this point, and then we'll have the Pelicans draft coming up in the third week in June or so.
Pels can get somebody good at 7?
Well, they've gotten good people. I mean, later than that. I mean, Trey Murphy was a later pick than that, and so was Herb Jones. Obviously, was a second-round pick. So it's possible that they can get someone great at 7. But they've also had top 10 picks that didn't work out quite as well.
Yep.
Like Jackson Hayes or Austin Rivers. So you just have to see what. Sometimes it takes a couple of years to know, but certainly there's been some fantastic picks 7 or later.
Yep.
In the history of this league, and pretty much every year that happens. So there's definitely, if you believe in their scouting department, and their scouting department has done fairly well in recent years in terms of drafting, then they definitely have a chance to get someone good there.
Hey, Brett, let me ask you a question out of left field. We got like 30 seconds. Any inside scoop or any rumors you're hearing why WrestleMania 42 bailed on the city? Is it just Vegas coming up with more cash?
I don't exactly know.
That's ridiculous, Brett. You work with the AP. This is wrestling. It's real sports. It's not scripted. It's not fake.
Well,
what the hell?
Well, so I can't verify this yet, but one thing I've heard maybe is that there are, concerns about crime too.
Yeah, I think that. I just heard that. I think that's sort of the weak excuse. I think somebody greased the skids of WWE. It's like horse racing or boxing. They'll take the money and run. Blue Boy's saying check out Brett Martell via the AP. Brett, always a pleasure, man. Thank you.
You got to take care.
That's Brett Martell from the Associated Press. That's Blue Boy barking up a storm. That's Mario Brothers, a.k.a. Latinx Behind the Glass. I'll see you tomorrow, straight up 4 o'clock. Continue your Memorial Day holiday.
You're on the neutral ground with Corey Johnson on TV on Cox Channel 4 and Spectrum Channel 333. Also on YouTube, on radio at NOLA Talk 93.9 FM, WSLA New Orleans.
It's 6 p.m.